If you're conscious about your life at all, what you eat, the relationships you have, you want to think about how commenting on Meta affects your healing. Hello, I'm back. You may have noticed that I've been gone from social media for the last few months or so. And if you did, thank you very much. If you didn't, cool. I didn't notice you were gone anyway, so I don't care. No, I still care. That's why I'm making this video. This video is about, or I just want to talk to my trans sisters for a minute and talk about why you should probably, well, you don't have to quit social media, but there is a different way to interact with it, because I was in brief excursion on Facebook briefly today and I was like, what the fuck? And I did something different this last few months, and you're probably going to want to after we talk. So let's set the scene here. 4 months ago, I became very online, which is by design. Meta has removed fact checkers and most community guidelines and basically welcomed bullshit onto what was once a wholesome, cute app, which is Instagram. Facebook, not as much. That's just where Asians find their whole family line. But yes, this once cute app is now a place for the most heinous shit that you probably would have seen on 4chan or sometimes on Reddit. Now it's on Facebook. Now it's mainstream. Everyone is seeing the shit that I was seeing when I was 13, which you should not see when you're 13. Speaking of Nazis, speaking of Nazis, they are welcomed on the platform. And trans people are, well, they're fine. We can let them there. It's basically the energy. But I do not feel welcome on Facebook or Instagram. I do not feel welcome, which is why I've been gone. I've actually been very depressed because of all these changes. But I'm making a fun little video. So, because you're probably feeling depressed too, or extremely triggered most of the time, right? And the reason about that is, well, Meta is now a platform for misinformation, bigotry, and bots. Yes. So what happens is, because of all this stuff, if you are someone with any sense of justice, you don't have to be autistic, but if you have any sense of justice, you are going to be very active on the platform, which I was. Do you know how many times I was typing a little comment like, you motherfucker, like, oh, I'm gonna get this motherfucker so good. And I thought I was doing something. And I was, to be fair. Really funny comments there. But I would comment. And I would sit down as a healer, having done something that's not very healing. So it was not within my values. And I felt like shit. I felt good at the time. Oh yeah, I spoke up for the community. I told someone to stick it where the sun doesn't shine. And I was probably doing something good, right? But no, really now, what I realized is it's not healing, which is what I'm talking about as a healer and as a master life coach, mental health consultant. I think about these things and whether there's a point to doing this, right? If you're conscious about your life at all, what you eat, the relationships you have, you want to think about how commenting on Meta affects your healing or just your general day-to-day, right? And there was this study that I found on, well, social media where, it was Meta finding that they are being exposed for hiding information, proving that the effects of social media are essentially bad. I mean, that sounds very similar, but with especially all the recent things, the cause to depression and anxiety is palpable. And it reminded me of this very, very succinct thing, which is back when cigarettes were popular, people thought cigarettes were healthy. By the way, there were ads that people would put up, smoke a cigarette a day, it's good for you, type shit. And you'd look back now and be like, oh my God, that's crazy. Why were people doing that? It's clearly, but it was not clear. It's just a puff on a stick. I've never smoked in my life. I am a square. But it probably was not, didn't seem that harmful. And same with social media. It's just like a scroll on my phone. I don't develop, my lungs don't look like that fucked up picture in there. But I promise you, if we ever like, get a picture of someone's head after an hour on Instagram and Facebook, it probably looked like the back of a cigarette box. Or at least that's how it feels, right? Because this type of bullshit, which is the worst shit, right? So this is scientifically generated content to keep you engaged, but also to trigger you into commenting more, right? And this goes for all political sides. You're going to be triggered, right? If you're liberal, wokey person like me, you're going to see like, oh, conservative person did this. And it's true. It's not that we're imagining these things, right? So, but you don't need to see all this shit, right? I don't need to see all this shit. Basically, it's the point. There's a healthy level of being like informed. But no, if you look in a toilet, you're going to see shit. It's basically what I tell my trans clients. It's like, in terms of social media, I don't just say that like it's a random thing. But yes, if you're going to look in a toilet, you're going to see shit and you're going to smell it and you're going to go, oh my God, right? And you're going to be upset. But then you flush the fucking toilet. Or if it's not your shit, walk out of there. But probably flush it too. Actually, the metaphor doesn't work. Anyways, but if you're a conservative person, you're probably going to see some bullshit like, oh, trans person turns into a car. Or like trans person or trans people are putting, I don't have headphones with me. Trans people are putting, I don't know, fucking HRT in your Subway sandwiches. And you're going to be like, oh shit, these fucking trans people. Anyways, all this leads to is engagement on the platform. And what it does to your system is probably not good, right? Because you're triggering yourself every time. You're engaging your values muscle, that muscle that connects you to who you are, what you want to say. And that is a muscle. Most muscles can be exhausted, which is the point of it too. It's like, that's where I found myself. I was just tired. Right? I just commented a million fucking things to people that are probably bots or someone that doesn't even fucking matter in my life. And now I'm tired. Now I'm not making videos. Now I'm not making these brilliant videos that I could have been making. Right now I can make them because I changed. What did I change? I didn't quit social media. My fucking practice is on there. And also I'm an influencer. Well, not anymore. Because trans people are not in today, so the brands have stopped contacting me. Thank you. That's left me a little jaded as well. But anyways, you don't need to quit social media. Just don't comment. If there's political stuff, keep your engagement into something more vegan, right? It's essentially like going vegan for your social media, or trying to be a little healthier, right? Stop eating bullshit. Right, which is what Meta is. It's a bunch of bullshit. A bunch of conversations that don't matter because the people here are either anonymous or bots, or they don't care about who they are. They don't care about who you are, and that is not a conversation that matters, right? If I have a conversation with someone that is completely anonymous and they don't care about me as a person, I'm not humanized to them. They're dehumanized, and I'm dehumanized. We're not even speaking as humans. None of this matters. They don't, like in a philosophical sense, it doesn't matter, right? It's just essentially farting out a bunch of raw feelings and misinformation, and it doesn't help you or heal you at all. And here's the last point I'm going to make is you're not going to change anyone's mind if they don't respect you and if they're triggered. That is just a psychological thing at this point, right? And when I work with clients that are in conflict or when I'm fighting with my partner, if I am triggered or I don't respect my partner, I'm not going to listen to what they're saying, right? If you have a partner or a friend that you try to set so many boundaries to and they don't change and you keep explaining, it's not that you have to explain it better. You're going to have to think a little bit more like, does this person respect me? Because one of the ways that respect or fundamental respect shows up is how much you listen to them, right? So for example, like if I don't respect kids, I'm not going to listen to a damn word they're saying. I don't like if I had a kid and they were telling me about how they want to be an astronaut. If I think they ain't shit, I'm not going to listen. I'm going to be like, all right, whatever, be a fucking astronaut. Right? But I'm not going to do that to my kid. I'm going to just think about what that means to them. I'm going to consider them. You're going to do all these things that are pro-social. And that matters, right? Even a little kid talking about how much they want to be an astronaut. If you respect them and you have love or a basic respect for them, it's meaningful, right? But if I don't respect or if I don't care what I'm saying in that moment, right? Because that's also another thing is people don't care what they're saying anymore. It doesn't matter what happens or is said, and all these comments and all these things that people say, it sounds like it matters. That's the thing, is like the trick with Meta is like it feels like it matters, right? There's this person speaking up about your community, speaking about this, and it's you're fighting with people in the comments. That doesn't matter. No one's mind ever changes, and even if it doesn't fucking matter, right? So here's the thing: stop engaging with people you don't fucking know or people who don't fucking know you. It really, psychologically, philosophically, health-wise, doesn't fucking matter. Probably harms you. And here's what does matter: the people close to you, right? So this is what I did. I quit social media and I'm hanging out with people close to me. I'm only talking to people that I care about. And if I come across transphobia, I'm just like, this is a fart I don't need to smell. I walk away, girl. And that's what you need to do. You need to walk away, right? And it's been a lot better. My social media has been a lot more mindful in terms of what I consume. And here's the thing, just like smoking or any addiction, after a couple months of weaning off of it, it's hard to go back to it, right? Like this is the nice thing. It's like I go back on Reels sometimes because I need to go on Instagram and I click that thing and I'm like, oh my God, this is just way too much shit but when you're in it, it's really just like scroll. It's really bad, right? Anyways, girls, I don't want to see you wasting your time and energy on this. We have real things to do with real people that actually are listening or that are actually close to you. That's just the stuff that matters. So love you. And I'll probably be back posting more shit now.